Okay, we will go ahead and get started. First question from me. Mirra, congratulations, your very first Grand Slam singles title here at Roland-Garros. Just if you could just put it into some words, what this experience and these last 2 weeks have really meant to you.
Yeah, of course. I still cannot believe that I'm doing a press conference with a Grand Slam trophy by my side, and it's been one of my biggest dreams in my life, and I'm just super happy that I was able to give my best and win the match and win this tournament.
You want to actually put the trophy on the box.
Oh, on the box, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right, we'd like to start with English questions. We'll go back there with David.
Hi there, Mirra. I imagine at some points in your life you've imagined this moment. How does it compare?
Well, I'll be honest, I've done a lot of visualizations before, not just this tournament, but just, I've had dreams, I've had a lot of thoughts on how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where. So it's kind of, I would say that the feeling in real life is so much better, obviously, than in your dreams. And yeah, it just feels amazing looking at this trophy and, realizing that this is actually true and I can call myself a Grand Slam champion, I guess.
Hey Mirra, congrats. You've dealt with pressure so well this tournament, especially after what happened last year, and you talked after the match about your relationship with your psychologist. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more what's that like? How's this journey has been like with the psychologist?
Yeah, I feel like, as you mentioned, I felt like I did handle my nerves a little bit better these 2 weeks. I mean, the beginning of the tournament was very tricky, though. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I've had some emotional matches and some emotional moments on the court as well. But, I've actually talked to my psychologist before a semifinal match and before a final match because, I thought that it would help me be in the right set of mind before these I would say, most important matches of my life. So I wanted to prepare my best, and she gave me a lot of advices and a lot of, techniques that I could try and use on the court to help myself to experience all of these things a little bit better and easier. And that's why, I think that she deserves a lot of credit for this.
Mirra, now that you've got one of these trophies, do you feel excited and kind of ready to be pushing for these regularly and adding to your trophy cabinet?
I would say that kind of, yes. These feelings are something extra special, and honestly now I'm already thinking of how I'm going to prepare for the grass season, how I'm going to play grass tournaments, and I would really, I feel like this thing is a little bit addicting, and I really want to, do my best to experience all of this for the second time.
Mirra, congratulations again to you around your trophy. This was a difficult opponent in that no one had really seen that much of her playing before. Obviously, she'd been winning a lot and hadn't really been at this level before. So what were the preparations like to play her? Did you talk to Deanna maybe, who played her in the last round? And then also, I'm just curious if you can say about the pin that you got today, because I know you were most excited for that, probably.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll start with the first question. I actually didn't talk to Deanna because, I felt like, I don't know, if I would be at her place, I would be probably very proud, but at the same time very disappointed that, obviously I lost, so I just didn't really want to bother her. But yeah, I mean, Maja, she's been playing amazing for 3 weeks. I think that it's very, very hard to pass qualis and to go all the way to the finals, playing on a very high level. So obviously I was very nervous because I've never played against her, so I kind of knew her game style of what Conchita told me, but it's very different when you play an opponent that you've never played before, especially in the final of a Grand Slam. So obviously I was very nervous, and I also think that the conditions today were very, very hard, very tricky, because a lot of wind that is blowing, both directions. I couldn't understand at some point which way the wind was going, and I'm just happy that I've dealt with these conditions and adjusted to the conditions maybe a little bit faster than she did.
Hey Mirra, congratulations. I know you've talked about Conchita a lot over the past few years, but I'm curious, what does this trophy and this win say about your work on the court together and your relationship off the court?
Yeah, for me, of course, it's very, very special to share a first Grand Slam trophy with her. We've done a lot of work together on the court, off the court. We've also been through so many good moments and some bad moments, especially, I would say, at the end of last year. So it's very, very nice to share something like this with her and, see how happy she is. And also she told me that, she's very proud of me, and to hear those words from her is very, very special to me.
Hey, Mirra, well done. Just about a little more than a month ago, you were kind of in a bad way in Madrid, it seemed like. How do you think you got from there to here? Was there a big reset involved or anything like that that made you pivot and sort of get on a better track?
Well, I wouldn't say that there was like a big reset or something that I, just decided to switch completely or to change the approach for matches. There was nothing like this. I just, decided that, like my psychologist says, that you can always choose how you're gonna, be on the court and how you're gonna play and who you're gonna be as a person as well. So I just decided to choose to be a fighter. And I also felt like I watched a lot of Rogers matches here, and I felt like I really want to, I'm not going to have, obviously, the same aura, like ever. No one's going to have the same aura, but I really want to try to impersonate the way he behaves a little bit on the court, because I love watching him on the court when he used to play. And maybe that helped me a little bit, because I really wanted to, look good on the court, not be frustrated or, be not happy with how I play. But, so also for the people, it's nice to watch how, players try their best and fight and compete. So I just felt like that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I was focusing on.
Hey, Mirra, congratulations. You've been in the public eye since you were 15 and kind of touted for and predicted for big things. Have you ever found it difficult to grow up and develop as a player and a person at such a young age under such scrutiny?
Well, I don't know. I've obviously felt in the beginning, it always feels like, oh my God, wow, people get to know me here and there, and, I'm here on social media, here on the internet, and everyone, gets to know me. But also at the same time, at some point, I felt like I just really wanted to be off social media and really wanted to, completely forget that all of that stuff exists. But I wouldn't say that it was bothering me a lot. I would be honest, I like the attention. So when they would post me on social media, I always liked it. So there was just one moment of my career where I felt like I don't really, want people to post me. But most of the time, I would say that I don't mind.
Mirra, congratulations. You're so young, so this might be too long ago, but do you remember Maria Sharapova winning here, and was that an inspiration for you?
Of course, I remember her winning here. Obviously, she's played amazing on clay, winning. How many did she win? 1, 2. Of course. So obviously, I knew that she was also here in Paris, and I was hoping, I don't know if she was watching the final, but I was hoping that she was. And obviously, I've been thinking to myself that if she's watching, it would be really nice, to show good tennis, some good level. I also know that Sveta Kuznetsova, she was also here. She sent me a little voice message before the match, trying to give me a lot of positive thoughts and a little bit of encouragement, like, hey, be happy, it's your first Grand Slam final, how exciting, just enjoy this moment. So I really appreciated that as well, and I hope that they both watched the final and enjoyed it.
Hi, Mirra, congratulations. In your celebration, you brought a dog onto court, and there's lots of photos of you with the dog. Is it your dog? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, it's not my dog, unfortunately, but it's the dog of Conchita. And she was here in the beginning of the week, but then she left, and then they came back for the final. So I felt like, it's very, very nice that they both came back. And I love dogs, and obviously I know this dog in particular. She's 11 years old, so she's, a little bit, kind of a grandma, I would say. So yeah, it was very, very nice to share that moment with the dog as well, even if it's not mine.
Can I ask what the dog's name is?
Her name is Luna.
Hi, Mirra. I wanted to ask you, you went up 5-love in the second set, and then she won 2 games. And the 7th game, when you were serving for the match, what went through your mind when, after that, and how did you fight back? And also, you have a notebook which you bring on to court. Is that your journal which you have spoken about? And how crazy is your journal? What do you write down in your journal?
When she won those 2 games in a row, when I was 5-0 up, obviously, I was a little bit, I obviously didn't want to lose those 2 games, especially the game on my serve. But I felt like on that side especially, I just told myself that it's fine, because I feel like from that side, the wind was going forward. So basically, you couldn't really hit as hard as you usually hit, because the ball would just, be taken away further, and be long. So I was like, okay, fine. I liked the other side better, so I felt like, okay, if this side didn't work, I'll try to win the game on that side. And my notebook, I write things before every match and after every match that I play. So before the match, I just write something tactical, some technique stuff as well, like how I have to play. If this doesn't work, these are the key things for me to remember. And a lot of, encouragement and motivation and positive thoughts and sentences and words that, that I think would help me during the match if I need, some support. And after the matches, I just write how the match went, how I felt, how she played. So, I'm also prepared for the next times that I play against a certain opponent.
Well, first of all, big congrats, such a young champion. Well, you were asked before about Sharapova. You were 5 and 7 years old when she won it. At that time, there was no problem to call her Russian. Now, political is not anymore correct. We don't know what to do, how to say it, whether to write, to put the flag, not to put the flag. Is something that you suffer for it? I mean, that you would like somehow to be changed? And any suggestion about it? What should we do? And what could happen if the war is not over, of course? We would all wish that the war was over.
Well, of course, I think every person doesn't want to have a war in the world. So what I can say is that when I play tennis, the only thing that I think about is how to play and how to win and how to, compete well and how to, just win matches. And I don't really think about that when I play, because I have so many things in my mind that I try to focus on. So I never think about those things when I play.
Sorry, I'm hiding behind the trophy as well. Did you think growing up, when you thought about winning Grand Slams, did you ever think the French Open would be the one you won first? What's the one you're going to win next?
Well, I wish I knew, but when I was thinking, when I was talking to some people, to my family, and I remember the question came up and they're like, well, which Grand Slam would you want to win first? I always said that it wouldn't matter to me. I mean, a Grand Slam is a Grand Slam. Whatever comes first, I'll be super happy with it. I kind of feel pretty happy that Paris came first, because I love playing on clay. I played almost all my life on the surface, and I also speak a little bit of French, so I felt like, this would be the perfect first Grand Slam for me to come, and so super happy that it happened here.
Thank you. Pozdravljuju, Mirra.
Okay.
During your victory speech, we heard something uncharacteristic. You actually thanked yourself. So how does this relationship with the person in the mirror look like, and what is it going to look like from now on? Thank you very much.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to change. I think it's all going to stay the same. Maybe it's going to change for the next 2 or 3 days, but other than that, I think, I'm going to stay the same. I'm not going to change a lot, and I just feel like it's kind of one of my trademarks now to say that during my speech. you know, in the beginning, I just said it to joke around, and, you know, so everyone would laugh at how funny I am and at my humor. But yeah, then after, I kind of realized that, you know, why not to thank yourself, because you're the one that works, you're the one that is doing the job, you're the one that, you know, feeling all the nerves. So, you know, after some time, I've realized that it's actually very important to thank yourself. And, you know, you asked about the personality, or what did you ask about?
How's the relationship going to continue with the person you're at from today onwards?
As I said, I don't think it's going to change in any way, but I think everything's just going to stay the same.